We are going to start in just a couple of minutes. I was running late today, so I need to take care of the socials real quick. Just send a notification via Twitter and Discord, and that'll be it. Always updating, always updating. Why are you like this? Okay, let's go to Twitter then. Look at those legends. No. Where's that picture? Should be here. Oh, copy this right away. Okay, post that. You done? Jesus. How's everyone doing? Hi. Happy Friday. And for those of you in the United States, happy Memorial Day on Monday and long weekend, which is always great. Come on, get to it. There you go. I don't care. Here, paste. All right. That takes care of that. It's closed. Make sure the chat is live in this screen. And all right, here we go. Yes, I should work on Chrome today, given that we are going to be looking at the address bar a lot. So let me open that. I'm parched. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water because I can feel my voice already going. Be right back. All right, here we go. Where is the coaster? Don't have a coaster? Oh man. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this here. So last week we ended up with we started to work on URL properties. I was kind of going in the right direction, but I was doing some things wrong. And I managed to get things working off camera, but I'm going to show you what I did and how these things work. It's not really that complicated, to be honest. So close this and let's go to VS Code. So the way that I was kind of working it in my mind was the sidebar component was going to have a URL property, which is fine, which is correct, because I want to have that there so that the sidebar is the one that updates the URL every time I click on a different project, which is okay. The thing is, what I was doing wrong is I was thinking that I needed to then pass that ID, or more to the point, the board component was going to grab that ID and then pass it down to the groups, which is not really necessary, because the thing about URL properties like this one is that they work both ways. If you update the property in your component, it will update that property's value in the URL. So, for example, if I click on a project name in the sidebar component and I update the project ID to that project's ID, then the URL is going to have that project ID property in the query string. All right. But any other component can also have URL properties. And when that component loads, if the query string has a property with the same name and a value, then that component will have that property field with the value from the query string. So let's say that in the group, we want to have also a project ID URL property. So when the page loads, that property will have the value from the query string if there is any. So I don't really need to pass it to the board and the board down to the group, etc. All I need to do is have it in the sidebar component. The sidebar component will update the value of project ID, and then the group component will grab that value from the query string when it loads. There is one extra step though, because if I click on one project and I update the value in the query string, it's not going to immediately update the group, only when it loads again. When the page loads, it's going to look at the query string. If there is a value there, it's going to use it for its own property. But if I want to update the filtering of each group right when I click on the button, I do need to use, I need to dispatch an event, and every group is going to use or listen to that event. So the event part is for live filtering or live updating, and the query string part is so that that filter will persist across page loads, if that makes sense. So on the sidebar, I think we already covered this. The only thing that I added was a type to this property. I changed the value. I changed the property name to project ID. I don't know if I did that last week, but anyway, I added the optional. Symbol here next to the type, because this property can be null, and when a property can be null, if the value on the query string is empty, the value of the property is not always null, or is not treated as null, is treated as an empty string. That might be the case in some that might be the desired behavior that you want. But in this case, I do want the value to be null if the query string property has no value. So I added this optional here. I made this an integer. I defined this as a URL and I call it project ID. I do have to initialize it, because if I try to access or set the value when I click on the project name, then if I don't initialize it, Livewire is going to squawk and say you can't touch this unless it is initialized. So the initial value is always going to be null. I then created this method here, set project ID, and it takes in a project ID with a default value of null. This is the method that I'm going to use for clicking on each project in the sidebar. And all I'm doing is updating the project ID property and then dispatching the project filter event. And I pass that project ID as the payload. Really simple. And then the sidebar template looks like this. So I use wire click instead of @click, because if I want to use @click, I need to use wire dot set project ID. If I don't use wire dot, Livewire is going to tell me the set project ID method is not defined, which doesn't happen if I use wire click, because if I use the @, it's trying to do the click event from Alpine.js, not Livewire. So that's why I'm going with wire colon click. Always use prevent, of course, when you're dealing with links. We already covered this. We'll send the batch with the count. And yeah, that's it. This one here is outside the for each, because this one is just calling the set project ID method without any value, which effectively will set the value of project ID to no, and therefore clearing all the filters and just showing all the projects. And down here I have all of the sidebar items, which also have a wire click dot prevent that calls the same method, but here I'm passing the project ID on each method. Simple as that. I then modified the, I added a few things in the board that I ended up removing. For example, there was the listener event for the listener for the project filter event was originally, I put it in the board first, the board component, but then I moved it into the group component down here. So now this listener, it's on the group component, and all I'm doing is setting the value of project ID. This project ID property is also a URL property, just like the one in sidebar. The only difference is that this helps me, or helps the component, apply the filters when the component loads up. So effectively just persisting the filter across page loads. I also removed the project, the optional value here. I don't need that anymore. And also I remove it as a prop for this component. So I'm not receiving any props for the project anymore. I remove this line as well. And the only time I upload, or the only time I update the project in this case is when I'm running the tasks computed property. So this project is the actual model. So I just check for project ID, if it's present or not, if it has a value or not. And if it does, then I do a project find with that ID. And if it doesn't exist, I just create an empty model. But now that I'm looking at this, I think I can do this better though. I don't really need to have a model, because all I need here is a project ID, right? So I can basically, yeah, this is gonna be, I'm gonna rework this a little bit better. I don't need a model. And yeah, those are all the changes that I made. I hope it's clear enough. And with that, now it works like this. Let's take a look. Is it running though? Let me check. It was. Oh, no, not that. What am I doing? npm run dev. Here we go. Okay, so really? Oh, wow. Example, thank you. So as you can see, there is no filtering yet. There's only one task assigned to project. There's one task that, well, how was it? Okay, none. If I click on A, okay, there we go. So all of these tasks belong to project A. Only one task does not belong to project A, which was task 1, which was filtered. And as you can see here, now we have project ID 1 in the URL because I clicked on this one here. If I click on all tasks, then the value is removed from the URL query string, sorry. And now I have all of my tasks here. And just to let you know, this doesn't trigger any page loads. If I click on project A again, all I have is an update from Livewire. And there is a filter again. Now, if I now reload the page completely, because the value is on the query string, that means that the group component, each group component is now using that value from the query string to filter all of the tasks inside it, which is the desired behavior. Erin, how you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you for being here. You're awesome. So yeah, now about that rework that I was talking about, let's do that right now. This is in group. First of all, let's just push this on week 14 and get a new branch. This was from last week. All right. Oh my God. Did you guys see Laracon? How excited are you for the Visual Studio Code official plugin for Laravel? I was literally just throwing my hands up in the air like this. I was like, yes, yes. So many good things. But that was the highlight for me. As a VS Code user, I feel seen. So let's go to group. Where is it? Board sidebar group. Okay, so let's do this better. First of all, I don't need a model. Now I can go down, and that means that I don't need a project here. All I need to do is check for this project ID. So if there is a project ID in this component, that means that I do have to filter for that project ID, and then I just need to pass the project ID here. And then this probe is going to do its thing. I don't remember. I think it was, they said this, I don't remember if it was this winter or in October. Is October technically winter already? Man, I can't remember. what a highlight, right? I think I think it's for this winter, like the last between the last 3 months of this year, I think. Very soon, very soon. We're already in September, by the way. Well, not technically, but yeah, just a couple of days away. I might be wrong though. Might be thinking about Laravel Cloud now that I think about it. Which, by the way, again, awesome. Laravel Cloud. All right, let's see if this still works. All right, there's the filter still. All right. What if we click here? All right, all of the tasks. And if we set it again, yeah, still works. All right, perfect. Now let's get this sorted, because I don't like the fact that I don't get this. I don't have a badge here, which seems odd. I thought I had one. Maybe not. Anyway, let's add a badge to this link and also make it active when we click on it. That's bothering me too much. There should be a count there. Why is there not? Interesting. I remember setting that up. Was that in the relationship, maybe? Project model. No. What is this doing though? Let me check Tinkerwell real quick. Yeah. Okay, so this is in user projects. Oh, it's in the user projects relationship. Am I using that here? Sidebar, projects, user projects. It should be, okay. So I don't need this. Projects has only, oh no, wait, yeah, it's project A. This is the project ID. It has tasks count property. Yeah. Only thing that it's not displaying. Yeah, there it is. That is weird. Oh, wait. No, never mind. It's right there. That's so dumb. I'm sure you know that your thinking out loud questions are rhetorical for me and I won't be able to answer them. No, that's fine. Yeah, I tend to do that. I'm thinking out loud and I'm like rubber ducking constantly. So yeah, no, don't feel obliged to answer any of my questions. I'm just spinning my head out loud. Why is this not? It works here, but not here. Why? Yeah, it works. I shouldn't have to use parentheses for it's supposed to be a property. Like I'm using it like a property, tasks count, and if I do a DD there, it works. I have a 6 in return, which is the expected behavior, but I don't know why on the sidebar. This sidebar item, it's calling a function that does need parentheses, I am aware, but this one, I'm trying to just use a value. Now I'm going to use a static value and see what that does. Okay, that works. Works too. What? I'm not crazy. That wasn't there. Maybe I was misspelling the property, to be honest. I'll have to watch the replay because I don't know. I don't know what's different. Anyway, it's working. It's working now. Okay, click. Active. Active just takes a true or false value. So instead of true here, maybe we can say this. We can access, maybe not this, but project ID is no. Not working again. Should be false. Oh, I need to I'm going to use PHP expressions. I need to set the colon at the beginning. There you go. Now it's false. All I need to do, and if I click on this one, then it's true now. Now let's do this for this one as well. This active property, let me get some space here. This will be project ID, which is the property from the URL, is equal to this project get key. See, it went what? Why did it? Why did it go away? What is happening right now? Oh, it has to do with the URL. Interesting. Hey Hamad, how you doing? Thank you for joining. You're awesome. How is your Friday so far? Is it Friday still, or are you like ahead a whole day? Maybe it's early Saturday? Why is the count going away? When there is a project ID. I asked like 3 questions. Early Saturday? Okay, so let's walk this. Let's walk through this. How is this changing? How is the query changing? 5 a.m. Man, that's early. You wouldn't get me awake at 5 a.m. Mostly because I'm a night owl, so I generally stay up late, but end up waking up like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. when I can, like this weekend. And then I stay up until like, I don't know, midnight, 1 a.m., which is not healthy. Don't do that. right, let's take a look at the query. Sidebar. No, not the query. Yes, the query. Why is the query here? Out user projects. Do I have? Let's do something. I'm gonna move this with count out of here. And then put it here. Oh, get. Now it's working. Click here, it went away. Mother of all that is holy. Why? Now doesn't even work when there is no value. I don't know. It's very weird. What I'm going to have to end up doing, just so I don't lose more time thinking about this, is just calling the count method on the tasks collection or relationship for the project. And I know that's bad querying, and it's a lot more querying that I should be doing, but I'll have to figure it out later. So now, for now, every project model has a tasks method. Yeah, let's do it like this for now. It's not exactly a great practice, but it's just gonna get me over the hump for now. So let's go to sidebar, the template. Let's just do this. So yeah, boop, 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 boop. Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm making the original query for projects, and then I'm making another query for the task for each project. So that's 2 queries, and that's as many queries as projects there are. I don't know why I spoke like Yoda, but for every project, I then query the tasks, and then I call the count on that collection. So that's not great. If there were like thousands of projects, it's gonna get bad real quick. Right now it's just one or two. So for now, I'm gonna leave it like this so I can move on. And maybe next week I'll have a better solution, but I don't want to stop and think too much about this. For now, it works. So yeah, we have other things to do. For example, I need to change this to say all projects. No, was it all? No, yeah. All tasks, that's fine. Project A, then I need to change that there. And I think this component was the header, wasn't it? Yes. No, this is the this is the header component, which we can add another URL attribute. Public optional int project ID equals null. And then let's add a public string project name. And by default, let's just say, no, let's call this title. Let's add another method for the mount. And let's say if this project ID, then we say this title equals project find. Should be using find or fail, but okay. Find the project ID and then look for the project name. Now we do need, this is for the mount. That means that that's for when the page loads and there is a value in the query string, but we also need to react to the project filter event. I'm gonna go to group and I'm going to copy this method here. And basically, I'm going to do the same thing here. Said that this is going to be just project ID. Oh, I need the if too. If project ID let's move this up. And also let's, if there is no project ID, then the title should be all tasks. Let's do the same here. Don't think I need this initialization here. I'm taking care of that here. All right. That doesn't work. Oh, of course, I need to do the thing in the template. So header, where is it? This is the search. This is here. Okay. So let's use title here instead. There you go. I move to all tasks. Dang it. It's not reacting to the event. I don't know why. Let's check that again. Probably because I didn't import on as a function. And no, I didn't. There it is. Okay, all tasks, project A, all tasks, project A, all tasks, project A. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Now, what's next? We should take care of... we have a choice here. We either work on creating new projects, or we work on modifying this form here so that we can assign a project to a task. It'll be two places. Well, no, just one place. It'll be this, because when I'm adding a new task, it's going to be unassigned by default, and then I have to click on it and change the project. What do we do first? Let's try working on the task. How is this going to look? Well, first idea that comes to mind is a drop down. Just in case we have a lot of projects to select from. I don't know if I want to go with a drop down or a radio group. Drop down will be easier though. Yeah, let's go with a drop down. So that has to be in add project, add task. No, not add task, edit task. So edit task is this component here, which shows the dialog. Let's see if we can modify the edit task template real quick. How quickly will this be when we have flux? Can you imagine? So this is not a text input. This is going to be a select. I should probably keep the classes though. Is there a select component from Breeze that I can use? Let me check. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to imagine, what if I have like 15 different projects? It's not gonna be pretty. Components. Yeah, there is a text input. Yeah, there is no select component. I'm just noticing there is an input error and input label. Should be using those. Ugh. The heck is that? Oh yeah, that was me. I should create a new component here. I'm just going to grab all the classes. Shouldn't do it like that. Hold on. Should be let's just grab the whole thing. Really? There. No. Edit task. Okay, so in that case, we should just do a X select. And then we're gonna need all of the projects here. Which means we also need a public projects property. The form should have a task model, and it does. I should wire that select, just like the text input, which is wired to form description. Oh, the form should have a project ID. Yeah, let's do it like that. Trying to think if there is, what's the relationship here? So task belongs to a project. Was there a method that I can use to associate an already created record to that relationship? Not what I was looking for. Okay, let's see. Belongs to. Yeah. One too many, dynamic relationship, querying, aggregating, eager loading. If you would like to assign a child model to a new parent model, you may use the associate method. That's what I'm looking for. So in this case, user belongs to an account. The user model defines belongs to relationship to account. In my case, it'll be the task defines a belongs to relationship to project. So if I have a project ID, I can find that. And then I can say task, project, associate. Okay. What did I do? So I'm going to have a project ID public property in the form component. I'm going to wire that to the select. So wire model form project ID. The value comes from this one. Wait, I'm editing. So I need to be able to, in the form, when I'm setting the task, I need to set also this project ID equals to task project get key. Now, this may be null. Project can or may not have a project. Is that not the place for the... So yeah, project may or may not be present. So if project is null, in this case, then it stops there, and then project ID will be null. Otherwise, it's going to have the value from the task, and therefore the select will have the appropriate value pre-selected already, which makes sense. Now in the store, no, not in the store. I'm in the right place. In the update. Okay, here we go. So this task update, fine, and then if this project ID this task associate, no, task project associate, and we do project find project ID, this project ID. I'm guessing we should also define the else to make sure that we disassociate the task with the project. Wait. I don't have a project ID. You don't need to pass anything. Just disassociate. So if the task already has a project associated with it, then it's going to be disconnected. And if it was disconnected from the beginning, nothing happens. How does the input error looks like? Yeah. Well, no. Don't like it. I'd rather stay with this. Let me copy this. Actually, I don't think I need that. The value is not required. So just like that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, not here. Okay. What? Oh, here. That is in the edit task component. Anything else I forgot? Yeah, variable disabled. Guess that's from, let's copy it from the text input. It's supposed to be a prop. There you go. Okay, how does that look? Okay, we just need some separation between the two. But at least we know that this still has project. That's because I didn't add an empty value. Okay. So a few things. First, let's add some separation in this form. Margin bottom, maybe let's go with 1. Too little. 2. Okay, that looks fine. Now let's have an empty option here. All right, because task 1 doesn't have a project, then it's empty, but task 2 is assigned to project A. Okie dokie. Now, let's try and update task 2, save. Numbers are not changing, that's a problem. And filters are not changing either. So this didn't work. So task 2 was not disassociated. Yeah, it should have been set to null, but it didn't. That's a problem. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out and make sure that a few things. We need to make sure that when we update a task, the count for that project, or in this case the all tasks, also updates. I'm guessing an event is going to be needed there. And also, and plus we need to make sure that when we select, yeah, I didn't update. We need to work on the update method for tasks to make sure that we can assign and disassign or unassigned a project. I'm sure I'm just missing something stupid here, but we'll leave that for next week. I think we have covered a few things today, so we are making good progress, and we'll work on this little details next week. And hopefully, if we move past that quick enough, we can work on adding projects. We're gonna have a button here to add a new project, editing projects. All of that is tested. We just need to implement it, and we are going to end up with the search, which is going to be pretty similar to filtering by project. It's just that we are going to use another URL property that is going to do a global filter on the groups and the task for the group using that property from the URL. Nothing that we haven't seen before. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you find any of this helpful, don't forget to leave a like, always helpful for the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe so that you don't miss any other live stream or videos. And as always, see you in the next one.